pretty good. Usually it's just a shoot the bull stream over at Tonka's fucking channel, but I'm like, wait a minute, he's got something relevant here. Probably doesn't even know it, but he's got something relevant here. Oh, hell. Make
I
sure
mean, blind pigs, they always find a truffle every now and again.
Indeed. Let me just make sure I resize this shit. Should have done this before I went live. Let's make absolutely sure we're not private. That's good. Your channel. Okay.
I'm sure it'll just give us a little bit of time for people to start trickling in before we
Oh
start
yeah,
talking
no
about it.
doubt. If we wind up wasting too much damn time, we can always freaking I can open up the trimmer later on. I had people bugging me to put out some dumb. I might not even get out to fucking original content, but with like streaming content like this, that might be worth something to worry about. Let me just make sure. Damn, nobody bit. Yeah, I was trying to get somebody over from that one Fox Furries server to come over. The one who had the pertinent information on the Amish White Knight. Hi, everybody. Hello, Uber, Blue Dragon, Icarus, and Joshua. We've actually got some interesting news today. Oddly enough, I hate to discredit myself or talk smack at the same time. I was watching over on Takasa's stream, and he came across this little informational thing, and I've got a first source here. Google and YouTube will pay $170 million for alleged allegations of children's privacy law. Yeah, let me just make sure I get the first one of these up on screen while I read some of these things off. Do I have the stream out over in Discord in case you wanted to follow along?
I'm already watching it.
Okay, cool. So here, let me go up to the beginning of my notes.
But it's one of those things though that I just want to point out real quick. I think this is something that most creators have realized is going to be a long time coming, just because there's been so many controversies around like issues with kids content and like things that were labeled as kids content incorrectly, and it's been happening since at least 2017,
Well,
probably before.
I've noticed that basically some of the politicians were like, "Oh, that sum's too low," and they're like, "Well, we're going to keep following up." Yeah, it's a good place to start at a reasonable number, and if YouTube doesn't, decide to comply, I'm assuming that the fines will continue and continue at a mass, and they suggested they could even be fined at state levels at much higher amounts. So yeah, um, the Wild Wild West is going to be settled one way or another. If my channel winds up becoming a casualty, I guess as long as it becomes a more child-friendly platform, I can't act like I'm doing super fuck fantastic. I'd prefer to stay, but I'll understand if I gotta go. So yeah, we'll look at it like that. Let's see.
Well, if my channel survives, you'll always be welcome there.
Oh, I appreciate it. Google is to pay out a settlement of $170 million in regards to YouTube, and oddly enough, the news outlet, for whatever reason, called it accusations that YouTube violated the law. This is just my personal touch, but if they're paying out $170 million, you know, it takes a bit more than just allegations. Google is to pay out $136 million to the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. I've got a link down to the news outlet as well as the main source. Content creators must take to label content for kids. The FTC, I believe that's the Federal Trade Commission, will conduct sweeps to make sure that YouTube is complying. Let me get to the second one here. Do you feel like butting in anywhere about that?
I mean, I think that's definitely something we have needed for a while, like specifically labeling this is for kids, not necessarily just like trying to like let the algorithm sort that out because it's been clearly doing a pretty shit job of
Oh yeah.
making
Again,
that a mandatory thing that every time somebody uploads, they need to label that specifically. I think that's something we've needed for a long
well,
time.
here's my question about this though. When it says some of the offenders are like Hasbro and Mattel, is the system set up in such a way where it's going to differentiate between adult cartoons and children's cartoons?
Well, I would say that I think in the best case, what the best thing to, at least from where I'm sitting, is to make it so that every time somebody uploads, they have to specifically say it, because then the accountability is on the creator who uploaded it, not necessarily on any corporations or anyone who may be a third party. I think in my opinion, I think that's probably one of the best ways to go about it. Make everybody answer this question every time they upload, so that way they're the one held accountable if they want.
I think we just found our workaround though. Upload. Oh, there's already those channels that seem to stream damn near 24/7 hosting content.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I was about to say that's.
Forgot about those.
Yeah, I'm an avid rules lawyer usually, and I'm able to find loopholes when it comes to things like D&D. Who would have thought I would have found it right off the bat here? But yeah,
fuck, you're right, because then it's not even like you're not even starting a stream. You're starting it on a third-party app like OBS, so it's like it's not even something YouTube could regulate.
It doesn't strike me as those would be that hard to find if they would just hire a handful of people. Those channels are not hard to find. If it's like streaming.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
They could put like that 170 million if like into like actually hiring people to like continuously look for this shit to shut it down. I think that's probably a better use for that as well. Like if people are saying the number was too low, I think trying to make some kind of stipulation where they had to hire a X number of people to continuously watch out for those kinds of streams, I think that would be a really great thing to add to that.
Well, again, I'm probably going to get yelled at for even making this suggestion. The whole YouTube Heroes thing, I mean, you could have just incentivized some people. Hey, look, the only thing that you have the right to try and flag down are channels basically streaming content that's pretty obviously not theirs.
Hold on, I'm a level 10 YouTube hero, okay? So don't start bashing the YouTube hero program.
Well, there was that one dude on fucking Twitter that was pretty useful. Let me get back to my
Trusted Flagger.
Yeah, Trusted Flagger was pretty neat. I know that he used to have a name that came up not too long ago. I think Irate Alex or Irate Bear mentioned him a while ago.
I think it was also around the time Mumkey got kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah, he expressed a lot of frustration. Who knows if YouTube just continued him because of the bitching or because of the fact he was mildly useful. I can't absolutely say. Google is to pay out a settlement.
A little bit of both.
Yeah, Google is to pay out a settlement of $170 million in regards to YouTube, and oddly enough, I already got past that part. Scrolling down, additionally, $34 million must be paid out to the New York's Attorney General's office. Oddly enough, I could not find that news story over on the New York Attorney General's office website. There was a lot of interesting things, but it would be way the hell off topic. We will eventually check out the FTC in a hot minute. There is a new system where content creators are now required to designate content, videos meant for kids. Now, personally, I think we'd all agree my content is a bit more mature. Fight me in the comments. But for anyone else in the Brony fandom, like a Silver Quill or a Josh Scorcher or a Dr. Wolf, or hell, maybe even arguably a Lily Pete or a Lily Orchid, you're going to have to learn to use this thing unless the news got that part about must use wrong. Is there anybody you think in the furry fandom that their content is friendly enough to be kid friendly, and they're going to have to learn to pick that up?
I think if you looked selectively at any creator in furry fandom, you could argue that some parts of their content are kid friendly, but the problem is that so many furry YouTubers, it doesn't matter who they are, they're going to have so many hot takes every now and again in videos that just their channels, no matter what they focus on, they eventually fall out of being kid friendly just off of the political hot takes and the way they present. I mean, I'm pretty blatantly not kid friendly, but some of the people like who create content who are a lot bigger, they have a lot of very kid friendly sort of videos, but then there's always those ones with like the sprinkled in fucking hot takes where it's you just became not friendly at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not. If I'm Cothrix, for example, and I'm lowering my newspaper, not my show, not my problem should be the first things that come out of his mouth. But I don't know, who would you think, like a Mahare Strawberry? I usually don't keep up with these. I know it's just a big name. Does he occasionally have like things that would constitute kid friendly, or is it just when they say kid friendly, do they mean ad friendly? Because they feel the same.
They probably are interchangeable in this context, but surprisingly enough, I don't fucking like the dude at all, and I fucking hate him, especially on Twitter. But Mythical Red Fox, to be honest, aside from the Caro videos, is the closest thing to pure kid-friendly, it seems like. I mean, for the most part, he's playing Let's Plays. He doesn't seem to engage all that much in really, really provocative sort of, speech when he's doing it. He honestly seems to be the closest thing to a kid-friendly furry creator that I can find off the top of my, like, just at a fucking glance, You
made me realize a specific point here. I know legally, if you know what an ex post facto law is, and I guess even in the wording it says content being uploaded now. I wonder if they'll try and encourage people or insist that people go back and aggregate their old crap. That's going to be a lot of work.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely gonna force people to start going through their fucking back catalog and decide what they can salvage by cutting out segments and what they just need to take out entirely just to avoid getting fucking.
Yeah. Additionally, the new law prevents YouTube from tracking kids without parental consent. I'm assuming that's just unless they're going to be dumb enough to click this here for parent to if YouTube's smart, they're going to just not. If is there like a when you sign up for a new YouTube account, is there like an age thing?
Yeah, you need to own your own YouTube account. You need to be at least 13 years of age, or it needs to be under like your parent or guardian's like name, and you have their permission. And if you're below 13.
Okay, good to know.
But I actually just wanted to address real quick something Icarus had said about is Shiokami still a furry? She could be kid friendly. I agree that Shiokami's content is presented very, very accessibly. Like it's not super provocative, but some of the titles and some of the topics themselves seem like they could skew that away from there. I mean, just because of what some of the topics are, what Shiokami's made videos on recently, it's just like I understand like that she probably would be considered kid friendly in the way that she presents the content, but it's like because of what the subject is, that's not really that kid friendly.
Yeah, that's again going to be interesting where someone puts like a witty, topic out there. Well, if you look at the content and you know how finicky YouTube is, that it's not going to be universally. I don't expect Shiokami to be brought down, but then again, on the other hand, I don't see Shiokami like dying on the hill to be cheeky. Like they seem like someone who's savvy enough not to get in trouble, but hey, I'd encourage them to go, look into this as soon as it goes into effect. I'm not sure if it has yet though. I guess when we look at the FTC page, or if anyone has like a YouTube update specifically. Are you following YouTube Insider on Twitter? They usually have recent updates there about like the TOS.
No, usually what I'll do is since I follow like Boblax, Augie, Tipster, I'll mostly pay attention. When they start paying attention to something, I'll start looking into it more, but usually I just don't have I can't be fucked to sift through YouTube's bullshit PR on.
Yeah, no.
Like for the most part, I can't deal with that. If there's something I feel like I need to pay attention to, I'm almost certainly going to hear about it just off of other people that I associate with or follow.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me pop to the last one. In fact, I can kill these first two. The FTC chairman, Joseph Steinman, actually that was the last image I had up there. The law will force YouTube to comply, do or contribute, or continue to receive stiff fines. I've covered that before. I'd like to remind people that YouTube is more of, it's a massive money sink as I understand it. They were making money for like about a year or two, and then basically the adpocalypse happened. I actually haven't kept up have you heard anything if their numbers are up or down as of recent?
I can't say I've heard anything for sure. No.
Yeah. Well, let's be pessimistic. As Google and YouTube's fees, they mentioned the news article or the news video that they're facing more antitrust cases, with penalties more and more coming down the pipe at the state level. It might be good to diversify for all you content creators as well as fans to find a secondary source in case this just isn't here someday. The two Democratic commissioners here, that's R. Charpa, featuring Commissioner, and R. Slaughter. Great name. Felt that the penalty should have been more in the billions. I think that as a starting point, millions is a good place to be. I'm sure $170 million, I don't know if they enforce this at a monthly, that'll certainly add up. It depends how often they decide or they're able to bring that penalty down. How long do you think that they should give? Should it be like a quarterly checkup or what?
Honestly, I think it should be playing off the same standards that most of us had for Discord in that transparency report, like every quarter.
Well, you just
okay, but they need to be more on the ball with it because Discord's not following up with it.
I was just about.
Conceptually, not in Discord's execution.
Oh, I just imagining if YouTube heard that from that, and we're like, well, we expect you to get back to us with the reasonable rationale that how fast Discord got back to us, and they're like, oh, whew, we thought this was going to be fast.
Yeah. I mean, what Discord was expected, not what they actually did.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
wanted to
think they
clarify.
blew past like half a year, well over. Good God. Yeah. So the
Is Hateful still covering that?
I think he might have had something else. I did check out his latest video. Also, additionally, the 24th of September. I could have gotten that wrong here. The Senate is holding a subcommittee in regards to Google acquiring other digital competitors. I'm assuming that's buying out things that can compete with YouTube. I, it's good to hear that basically Google isn't so Teflon, or maybe not so good, as seeing as how it is. I do enjoy it, but I'm not gonna cry if they get an axe taken to them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look at the article. I'll peek back at the comments real quick just to make sure. Okay, good. How's everybody doing? I think YouTube should get rid of the monetization entirely. I'm sick of this crap. Been going on for 2 years. Hopefully not the super chats. Hint, hint. But anyways, okay. Let's see. This is naturally in the description of the video. Note the FTC hosted an in-person press conference at the FTC headquarters in the 600th Pennsylvania, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to list it. The address is on screen. Google, a limited liability company, is a subsidiary. I didn't... Wait. Google isn't the big part of the company? That's what I'm confused about here. Yeah? Oh, no, it's subsidiary YouTube. Okay, I see. Limited liability company will pay a record of $170 million to settle allegations. How is it allegations if they're paying it, though? Doesn't pay to...
Because if it's a settlement, it's not necessarily, it hasn't been figured out either way. They're just trying to figure out the settlement so that they can make the.
Okay.
I'm not whole up to date on the legal jargon, but until the settlement's been reached or until there's like a ruling either way, it's allegations. It's treated.
Okay, so you're saying that the payment isn't necessarily an admission of guilt, and I'm assuming that was part of their settlement. Okay, sure.
To the best of my knowledge, I'm not a legal expert.
No, it's a good educated guess. I'm not going to hold you to that, and I don't think anyone else will either. Illegally collected personal information from children without their parents' consent. I'm just assuming that happens on all the fucking major platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and so on. But that's just an assumption, in my opinion, not a fact. The settlement requires Google and YouTube to pay $136 to the FTC. Was that exactly the amount I had before? Someone can call me out on it. The $136 penalty is by far the largest amount the FTC has obtained in a COPA case. I don't know what that is. Since Congress enacted the law back in 1998. Damn, that was a long time ago. In a complaint filed against the companies, the FTC, the New York Attorney General, alleged that the YouTube violated the COPA ruling by collecting personal information in the form of persistent identifiers that are used to track users across the internet from viewers of child-directed channels without first notifying parents and getting their consent. Now, I think I heard this from Tonka's stream, where they said if you're watching child content, YouTube's going to treat you in your recommendeds as a kid. That's going to sound messy. For any
It's one of the ways that YouTube's algorithm functions, which is that the more content you watch with specific tags, specific keywords, specific sort of all metadata, it starts recommending you things with similar metadata, so it continues to like feed you what it thinks you want to see based off of what you're watching.
Oh, I'm just wondering. I'm like, do I have to now? If I'm going to peruse the internet, do I have to use one of my random bullshit throwaway accounts now? Okay.
But yeah, that's one of the reasons why so many people get really upset when people use misleading metadata, because it'll force their content in front of people who may not have wanted to see it and kind of game the algorithm.
Okay. Like Mythic Ray Fox. Anyways, YouTube earned millions of dollars by using identifiers and commonly known as cookies to deliver targeted ads to viewers of these channels, according to the complaint. The COPA ruling, I'm going to have to learn that one of these days, requires the child-directed website and online services provide notice of their information and practices in obtaining parental consent prior to collecting personal information from children under 13, including the use of persistent identifiers to track users' internet browsing habits for targeting advertisings. In addition, third parties such as advertising networks, such as are also subject to COPA. I think they mean like Frederator and shit like that. Is that what they're kind of talking about here?
I don't really have any idea.
Okay, I'm just feel like butting in my 2 cents periodically. Occasionally acknowledge they were collecting personal information directing from users of child-directed websites and online services. I don't know, I guess this is all crap going up in the background that you usually don't notice in your average day-to-day. YouTube touted its popularity with children to propose corporate clients, said the FTC chairman Joe Simmons. Yet when it came to complying with COPA, the company refused to acknowledge the portions of the platform were clearly directed to kids. There's no excuse for YouTube's violation of the law. Maybe I have it all wrong about the money that YouTube's making. Maybe they're going to see the $170 million as the cost of business and pray like hell that further fines don't show up. It should be exciting to continue to follow. The YouTube platform allows Google account holders, including larger commercial entities, to create channels to display their content. Make YouTube channels. I don't know why they couldn't have just dumbed that down. According to the complaint, allegedly channels owners can choose to monetize their channel by allowing YouTube to serve behavioral alleged advertisements, which generate revenue for both the channel owners and YouTube. In the complaint, the FTC, the New York Attorneys General, alleges that while YouTube is claiming to be a general audience site, some of YouTube's individual channels, such as obtained by toy companies, are child-directed and therefore may comply with COPA.
Yeah, that honestly feels like it should be more. The people who make the channels in those situations should be held accountable, not really YouTube itself as much, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's part of it too, but I'm having the option set into the program sounds like a good idea. How about you guys in the chat? Is there anybody on YouTube that you feel that's child-friendly enough where this is going to be an immediate concern when they're tagging their videos, since it's something they now have to comply with? For example, do you feel that MapHat is child-friendly, or does he make child content?
Oh, have you seen what he's been saying recently on Twitter? I don't think he's anyone friendly right now.
I've heard about that. Does the article go into the weird Indian-owned subliminal animated channels? There's some weird Buddhist death videos on YouTube. I thought you were about to talk about there. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, let's be real. Like, I think Amp Lemon, sometime around the end of 2018, even pointed out how there was a video of the whole 9/11 World Trade Center terrorist attack that had been monetized at the time, still on YouTube. And again, that's been removed since, I believe, but it was something he found that was monetized on this fucking platform, which he was happy to point out, I think, near the end. Either the start or the end of 2018. It was in one of his uploads. But it was talking about this sort of situation as well, like fucking years ago, so.
Okay. Let's see. The complaint notes the defendants know that YouTube's platform has numerous child-directed channels. YouTube's marketing itself as a top designated for children in misrepresentation to the marker of popular children's products and brands. For example, Google and YouTube told Mattel, a maker of Barbie and Monster High toys, YouTube is today leader in reaching children's ages 6 to 11 against top TV channels. Didn't know that. And told Hasbro, which makes My Little Pony and Play-Doh, that YouTube is the #1 website regarding visited by kids. I might buy that. Several channels owners told YouTube and Google that their channels' content was directed to children, and in other instances, YouTube's own content rating system identified content as directed at children. In addition, according to the complaint, I'm gonna have to remind myself to go back to where I think this really kicked in. YouTube manually viewed children's content from its YouTube platform to feature it on YouTube's kids apps. Despite this knowledge of YouTube's channels directing children on YouTube's platform, YouTube served targeting advertisements on these channels. According to the complaint, it even told one advertising company that it did not have users younger than 13 on its platform. Therefore, channels on this platform didn't need to comply with COPA. God. This is a government-run website, so you can't call it fake news, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've seen plenty of channels that even, they're featuring people on there like who present themselves as the main character on the channel who are well under 13. So I think we know that that's not true. That,
Now, I know
no one
that
under 13 uses.
I know this wasn't probably the very first standing point, but you remember the guy who fucking pointed out all those there were a bunch of YouTube channels and videos that like clipped various parts of people.
Fucking that's what it is with YouTube Wake Up. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of feel that's maybe not completely accurate as the starting point, but that's what I'm referencing. Where I feel that got the ball rolling towards this. So, Matt, if you were legitimately interested in seeing YouTube changing, this had been your moment. I think you fucked off.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
It's already kind of come out that he was really just kind of bitter that he didn't have a career on YouTube, and that's kind of what he was celebrating on stream a couple times when advertisers started pulling out. I don't think he really wanted the right thing to happen. I just think he was a bitter dick.
Yeah, well, all the same, we're coming here to the crescendo of that, or at least the beginning of the end. We'll see. In addition to the monetary penalties, the proposed settlement requires Google and YouTube to develop and implement and maintain a system. Oh, maintain a system on YouTube, you dream, sir, that permits channels and ownerships to identify their children-directed content on YouTube's platform so that YouTube can ensure and comply with COPPA. So, I think I do got it now. If you want any of those sweet, sweet, child-friendly ads, you literally have to make it safe, right? If you want any of those Hasbro, Mattel, if you want any of those as they're complying it, that seems to be the big payoff, yeah?
I mean, your guess is as good as mine on this one. I mean, for the most part, it seems like a lot of jargon that's kind of like half of it's I'm kind of understanding, the other half is going like over my head.
Well, I
I
am picking up because here's the whole thing: YouTube sold to like Hasbro and Mattel. We're here for those targeted audiences. Now, granted, they could have been selling them a bunch of hoopla on how big and important. Maybe they're overestimating themselves. Maybe not. But they're citing this on the website. That's what they're considering it. So, if the FTC really is keeping their eye on this, if maybe not now, but down the line, if you're going to want to get those ads, you're going to have to tailor it towards that. And I think that's going to probably be an all or nothing eventually. So if you're doing you might want to have an entire kid-friendly channel instead of sprinkling it in there amongst and what have you. You remember
Wait a minute. Coyote, you're making a kid-friendly channel?
No, he's not making a kid-friendly channel. Hi, Migs.
I'm joking. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, you remember...
Because I heard kid-friendly, I'm like, oh!
Okay, so, Kaio, how do I put this? You remember Nintendo's partnership program, right?
Vaguely, yes.
Yes, where you either... You're once you set it to one channel, it basically, they got to leech off of everything. And the workaround is, well, fine, I'll just make an entire Nintendo channel. That might be this. You might have to, if you're going to have child-friendly content, either keep your channel entirely that way or set one off to the side. God, I'd have to start.
And honestly,
go ahead.
In that respect, I'm not sure I fully disagree with that sort of position. I think that's probably, I think playing it safely that way is probably a better call than what we have currently, like with all the shit that could pop up anywhere.
Yeah,
I think that might be a better solution, if only just to make sure that channels that present themselves as kid-friendly are constantly staying that way, because obviously they have children in their audience. That's established.
Yeah, I understand that too, and there's some more risque channels that I probably... Once you go there for one video, you'll start to look through the rest. Yeah, I guess I could see the segregation on YouTube. My wording's certainly not going to come back to bite me in the ass there. In addition, the companies must notify channel owners that their child-directed content may be subject to the COPPA rulings obligations and provide annual training about complying with COPPA. Oh God! If you thought that those fucking copyright videos were condescending and obnoxious, just wait for, what is it, Happy Tree Friends to fucking break down COPPA rules. That's coming. I'm calling it right now. That is, you know what I'm talking about.
YouTube literally make an entire fucking series of rules in their channel, on the official YouTube channel, just called YouTube. I think it was it was enforcing YouTube rules, and literally just Happy Tree Friends.
Yeah, I'm expecting that they're going to probably get an updated version of this.
Oh my God, you're right. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
not going to look good.
So yeah, if you want to, boy, are you be expected to talk down to by YouTube if you do
Oh,
fucking
Susan, you horse-faced bitch, to quote Monkey Jones.
Susan Wojcicki, you obnoxious asshole. The settlement also prohibits Google and YouTube from violating the COPA ruling. Well, they shouldn't have in the first place. It requires them to provide notice about their data collection practices and obtain verifiable parental consent before collecting personal information from children. I'm expecting them to fuck that up at least once or twice. The commission voted 3-2 authorizing the complaint and stirred up a final order to be filed. The names are on screen. You're free to read them at your own leisure. The complaint proposed a... Oh, we're actually getting towards the end here. The complaint proposed the consent decree was filled with the U.S. District Attorney for the District of Columbia. Note, the commission's authorizing the filing of complaint when used in reason to believe the law has been or being violated. It appears that the commission that proceeded is to public interest. Consent decrees have force of law when approved and signed by the district court judge. Consent decrees have the force of law. That's weird. Yeah, even I've had some law classes. It's gobbledygook to me. The FTC looks to thank the coalition of consumers, coalition moving groups representing by Georgetown University. Skimming ahead, there's a number on screen here for consumer complaints. I don't encourage any of you to prank call that. Cough, cough. The FTC has a Facebook, a Twitter. You know what? Why not? Oh, what? External disclaimer, you are now leaving. Okay, let's go there.
Where is leaving Bikini Bottom?
Okay, let's see. Was the information exposed in an Equifax data breach? Oh, crap, I remember about that shit. That happened a long time ago.
No, Anthony, sorry to...
No, pop in.
You can not tell me not to prank call the FTC. I will prank call them all I want. You're not my... Don't think I won't do it.
Oh, is that Pool Guy?
Do it, coward. I dare you.
There we go.
Okay, hold on. Hang on. I'll go get my phone. Hold on.
Oh, what's up, nerds? Oh, it's been a hot minute.
Wait, don't actually. Not right now.
No, I do not encourage the harassment.
What's up, nerds? Don't fucking do it.
I disavow.
I disavow people screwing with the federal government, especially on my platform. Please don't.
I disavow. Wait until the stream's over.
Yeah.
Man.
Wait,
oh, man, I was going to do it.
Are you in a one-party consent? Oh, no, you're not using us to consent. Nope. Absolutely not.
Hang on, I think...
What's up, nerds?
Let me
Please
check.
Yeah, your shit's glitching anyways, so it's fine.
Hey, FNGR, wait, you're streaming?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm streaming.
I don't want channel.
Streaming on the main.
Okay. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
there's a big thing about YouTube just lost $170 million for basically not informing or not living up to certain standards, protecting of kids. Yeah, and they're getting follow-ups if they this isn't like, you know, hey, here's $170 million, we'll fuck up. We're taking $170 million and we'll be back shortly to see if you've improved the situation. If you make child-friendly content.
I thought one of the tags literally said HTC.
Yeah, it's FTC, the Federal Trade Commission.
Yeah, I thought it said HTC first, and I was like, oh, the phone company? Nah.
I mean, that would be probably a different stream, yeah. Let's see, Bombastic Blake. Now it's not the time to listen to NWA. No, probably not.
With attitude.
Yeah. That's an interesting one. For like music and stuff, I suppose. What constitutes, what does and doesn't constitute kid-friendly music? Yeah?
Yo, wait a minute.
Well, I mean, in fairness, like there's some there are a lot of, I don't know if they still do this with sort of things like with Spotify or iTunes and stuff like that, but I know they used to actually have to label all the explicit like content on music like with a clear label on the cover of the CD. I don't know if it's still like a thing that has to be done as far as digital music is concerned.
You absolutely bring up an excellent point there. But again, you're expecting YouTube to run like an actual civilized and regulated business. Oh wait, they do now. Yeah, I know they do now. Oh god, I'm so used to them getting away with it. It's like, you know, hearing the ruling, I'm like, but no, it's YouTube. You can't expect them to do that. They're YouTube. It's like asking Bethesda to make a fucking sane game that isn't all buggy and glitchy. No, that's part of the charm.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that whether anybody likes it or not, that's just the way things are going to eventually have to start going as it gets more and more mainstream, which objectively it has been over the past 15 years that it's existed. 14. It's getting so much closer to the mainstream that it has to start abiding by a lot more of their regulations as though it were just ordinary mainstream media, because that's what it's just becoming.
Now, something I'd like to add on, kind of, it's related to that. Dust Raccoon made up a good point. You know, her being the CEO of YouTube since I just looked at 2014. Like, what number fuck up are we on?
That's a good point.
Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it does seem to keep happening.
It happens all the time with her. Like, and she.
Yeah, and the only penalty the only penalty that's been handed down to YouTube has been okay. And yeah, it's happened like we're gonna lose our ads, as if that should have been the only penalty ever. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it was a lot of money. I'm sure they felt it, but it should probably be about time where maybe somebody a bit more official than just, you know, hey, you're gonna start losing some ads. Yeah, I mean, radio's been fucking what's it called? Regulated. TV's been regulated. I'm sure it's a slippery slope, and I'm sure that fucking what do you call it? It'll go too far eventually. But whose fault is that? It's YouTube's for not fucking goddamn doing anything this whole time. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hello, Nova.
Hello, Nova. I saw you too. Your shitty little interviews up on Fan and Frenzy. it's on the B. Nova? It's on the B channel. If anyone's bored enough to go watch Nova, sit there and backpedal around and sit there and say, "Well, technically, the reason why I was asking Lou the kitty to shut up, I didn't want her to implicate herself," and I'm like, "But." She slept with a kid. But I would tell any of my friends, whether they were guilty or not, to just, you know, shut up about it. We wouldn't want to implicate them. But yeah, chat, what do you think? Here, type 1. If you would defend your friend if you knowingly knew that they were a pedophile. Be like, no, you need to shut up. We're boys.
I'm going to press a fat 2 for that one.
Oh. Yeah, 2 if you disagree. There we go.
Press G for gun.
Jesus Christ, that was so stupid.
We post B for Dorito.
Now, here, tell you what, Nova, if you're here in the chat, here's a get out of jail free for you. It was late. I wasn't thinking. I am a furry raider. We usually don't think. It's not part of our, our ability to get into the chat. That's
a solid defense, actually. You might want to take him up on that.
Yeah. Well, being an alt furry, we're pretty dumb. Oh.
We have the collective IQ of a turnip. Please forgive us.
Yeah.
And this is not what we do.
Yeah, and this is coming from me and Coyote Lovely. The left furries hate us.
Everyone hates us because we're fucking retarded, but even we're clowning on you.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Along with that, just because I associate with Coyote.
Lol. I hate to bring this.
By the way, to anyone who follows me on Twitter, welcome to like 15 new block lists just for following.
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. Load barrels. Oh, I think he fucked off. Aw, he's not talking anymore. I think we lost.
G.
Yeah, we.
Does that mean we're not friends anymore?
I think Nova left.
Does that mean we're not friends anymore?
We need to play the sad.
If we weren't friends, I don't think I could bear it.
Yeah, I think we need to play the sad going away Incredible Hulk music. If Nova left, oh well.
No, okay, well, I'm looking at the participants currently. Nova is still there. I think Nova muted the stream.
Oh, honey.
Or not. Then again, Nova uses an iPad.
Indeed. Oh, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, no wonder his fucking
iPad.
Oh, hi, Crook! Hi!
Okay, yeah, Jesus, calm down, Mix. Come on, Cody's not that bad. It's good to see you, Crook.
Hi, Crook.
Indeed. Way awkwardness. I'm trying to think if there's anything else going on right now. I've already beaten to death previewing the fucking Amos Yee thing. I should have got to that today, but I've gotten distracted by a couple of stupid things and this, that, and the other. Speaking of other things we did, over on the side channel, I tried explaining this to Nova, where he's like, "Oh, you're going to put me on the side channel. Like, what are you going to be talking about? Things?" I'm like, "Look, Nova. We had a stream between Bernie Inspector, myself, Patrick Hart, and probably a who's who of A-listers in Limbo. But we weren't we didn't start off talking about anything specifically, but then Blake rode me. He's like, "Come on, talk about something good." So actually, that stream was actually pretty decent. It's on Fan and Frenzy. It's the 2-hour one where we again. I said I broke down all the AMSG stuff.
Get him on the main channel.
Yeah, if you want to be on the main, yeah. Well, I can't just put random crap on the main channel. I mean, look, I'm already kind of covered something relevant. The views are down. I don't want to hurt it anymore. If I got 37 viewers now, I don't want to get 20. That was yesterday. No more streaming at 8 or 9 in the morning. That's just fucking retarded.
You should be glad that you have 37 viewers.
Ah.
Yeah, I'm lucky to get 10.
Well, if you put commentary or something like that or a relevant topic, those better stay YouTube safe there. What's up, nerds?
That's very YouTube safe. It's fine.
Okay, I'm just saying.
That's not very advertiser friendly of you.
Yeah, what is that in the side corner there next to Monkey's cheek?
Oh no, that is a pillow safely.
Okay.
That's
Speaking of
video.
speaking of things, if anybody wants to take a look at some implicating pictures that a 14-year-old passed me of AMSG, those are on the very beginning of that 2-hour stream on Fan and Frenzy. I did have some friends, including Blake Diamond, I think, who checked out Kiwi Farms, that those pictures, those compromising pictures, were not there ahead of time. They're probably there now. Blake, did you put those up? Go ahead.
Hateful just asked, is Nova friends with Lou the person, or friends because of Lou's cub art?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah, Nuva. Why are you friends with Lou? Is it those mad dancing skills?
I'm pretty sure the reason why is because he's like, oh, well, she drew a bunch of art for the furry raiders, so yeah.
Now, Dusky, it's just a tool. Don't get offended about. Son of a bitch! I think I actually missed Matt at the internet. Fuck. What's his damn name?
Oh, he just responded with you.
Yeah.
He just responded with ew, y'all be nasty.
Now, here's the other thing about Nova. The last time
hold on.
Yeah, the last time you were on Nova, you kept moving the phone away from your face, and I had to fucking correct the audio in post. Do you have a legit microphone? Because we could always move out of this room to talk to you if we needed to.
He uses an iPad.
No, because last time he kept going far away and distancing her, and shit like that. Is this bondage, Nova? Is it
Nova,
the bondage?
you didn't exactly answer the question. You just said we're nasty, but we're asking a question about what you like. So
yeah,
that's not really an answer there. That's just trying to deflect, and not answer us.
Yeah, you are a furry. You don't get to say you're nasty.
Yeah, by default, you're a degenerate just on general fucking principle. I mean, could you answer the question, please? Like,
yes.
do you like the?
Oh, Nova just said, I'm sorry about that. It was a call.
Okay, just to let you know, Nova, you might want to keep sticking to that age defense. Well, you see, Anthony's too old. Therefore, nothing that comes out of his mouth. Yeah, he's very old, guys.
You see, Anthony is a 40-year-old boomer, while I am a 25-year-old who lives with my parents and goes to Furpocalypse every year.
Oh, Jesus.
I, too, have no accomplishments to boast.
So Hateful asks, what about Lou makes you her friend? I'm curious about that, Nova. And on top of that, every person I know from the Monkey Jones server ended up getting blocked from her. What magic sauce have you done? You must be really good at kissing ass and not asking any kind of fucking what do you call it? Critical questions. Having any kind of
magic sauce might not be the best way to word that in this context.
Well, he's of age, my man, so I can actually make that joke.
He's of age.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
She wore for the soldiers whips and chains. What the hell are you talking about, Lycan? Bombastic Blake. I don't have the pics. Send them over from the stream. I'll toss them on Kiwi Farms. You know what? I'll wait until I put those. If they're not up yet, I'll fucking goddamn just get that video up. Probably, hopefully by the end of the week. I've got 2 to 3 days left. Assuming
Nova just said you're right. It's magic sauce.
Indeed. This guy, in his second post to me, went ooh. I was like, you need to stop.
Wait.
You did.
Nova did. Nova fucking
Even I don't go full of woo that quick.
I was like, hello, you didn't even buy me lunch. You don't get to
Maybe if I'm trying to fuck with somebody in a call, mess with them, okay, I'll go ooh a few times or oh whoa, but I do not do it that quick, alright?
Yeah, Nova, nobody wants to give the dog a bone, you feel me?
Crook! No, he's not lying. He's not lying. I've hung around Yodi more than you.
Crook, don't put me on blast right now.
Don't put him on blast. Come on.
Dog damn it, is that Kayla? You working on anything, by the way, Coyote?
Yeah, I'm working on a response because apparently, you saw before I got temporarily locked on Twitter that I was arguing with a bunch of zoophiles who found one of the podcasts that I co-hosted that one of my friends did.
Yeah.
Anyway, they decided to spend about an hour of that podcast, which was like 2.5 hours long. It was the tail end hour, kind of just saying a bunch of shit, like sort of chatting shit about me. And I actually listened to a couple points, and there were a lot of claims they made about themselves and about a bunch of other things that were blatantly untrue when I started looking at like the actual analytics, because a lot of them revolved around like how big their audience was, like how unimportant I was compared to them. And I was like, bro, they at one point said that they're talking to 25,000 people. And I went and I looked at their YouTube channel because this was through a podcast hosting site. So I went and looked at their YouTube channel where they re-upload all this shit. Not only is there nothing suggesting they've talked to 25,000 people, there's nothing suggesting they've ever talked to 250 people, let alone 25,000. So I'm like, okay, well, let's keep looking into this, and this is going to be really easy to make fun of.
Yeah. And speaking of, zoophiles who get very little views, how is the Furry Raiders doing, Nova? I think it's a good segue.
How are they doing? Last I heard, they were... Wait. Hold on. Last I heard, they were attacking some 14-year-old on Twitter.
I mean, they're not demon.
Oh, yeah. Well, but still, I mean, they did do that.
I'm just looking up Furry Raiders right now. Radar Wolf. That's a creepy-looking bastard. Can't find it.
What kind of fucking name is
Maybe
that?
it's the Furry Raiders. Let's see.
The Furry Raiders. I better search that up.
Yep, we gotta stay on brand here. No?
They're... Okay, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. It's probably on their website. Oh, God, you're fucking joking.
You know what? I'll just look up Foxler. That always pulls up something. Koth, then my video, then him. He probably links over. Let me take a look.
Oh.
He doesn't even link over to you guys. That's... God, your boss disavows you. That's embarrassing.
Wait a minute. You want to do what again, Anthony?
Oh, I was just looking up to see what kind of views the Furry Raiders got, or how fucking active they are. I'll tell you this.
They have an entire Steam group.
I'm not shocked.
I'm pretty sure their channel's even smaller.
I'm not joining that either.
No, of course not. You shouldn't.
Of course I'm not joining that. Like, fuck that.
Like, if their channel's the one that I'm thinking of, it only has, like, what, 400 subscribers? It's pretty abysmal for such a widely recognized group in that community.
Well, infamous. Let's be honest. Just call it what it is.
Well, even so, infamy itself, it's enough to start attracting at least some kind of audience.
Here we go.
So, but, like, the fact that they're, like, it's just weird to me, you know?
So, let's see. Let's go to their about. The total views are 25,000. I could probably get that in a month if I really gun it. 582 subscribers. Let's look at their most viewed video. Sort by most popular. 6.6. Everyone they don't like us is Hitler. Foxler Uncensored. And that's 2 years ago. Followed by celebrating the Furry Raiders at RMFC. God.
Weren't you gonna call a Foxer whenever he confessed to fucking a 16-year-old?
Yes. Mad props to Brony Inspector for defeating the Beast by simply saying, "Hey, one more time, one more time. Could you repeat that to the rest of us?"
One more time. Can you repeat that to the rest of us? I fucked a 16-year-old and I enjoyed it.
You know what's funny? Lou fell for the same thing too when I was like, "Hey, just so I have that in a complete click, I'm not turning on OBS now." To repeat that one more time, speak directly into the mic clearly, nobody interrupt. Jesus.
Everyone goes silent, and the only thing we'd hear is, "I fucked a 15-year-old."
No, and her whole response was, "Well, it wasn't because he was 15."
Well, what was it for?
Well, yeah, Amos Yee, I'm sure that it was a very exceptional kid. Sure.
I I'm still trying to wrap my head around what the fuck even are the furry raiders? Like, I hear that thrown around a lot, and I kind of have a rudimentary understanding, and they look like Nazis. I'm just saying that based off the armbands.
They're like Nazi furs, but they're retarded. And another thing is that they think zoophilia and pedophilia is okay, and that's why they still keep Foxler around.
Yes.
So are they just brain dead? Or are they edgelords that are in the like,
little column
really
A, little column B.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh my god, these people need help. Failing that, they need Jesus. Maybe both. Maybe they need help from Jesus. Holy shit.
I don't think Jesus could help these people.
Yeah, I do have to give credit.
I mean, we could set up a meeting. Like, just give me like an AR-15. I'll set up a meeting for him.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh.
I shouldn't have said that. That was a joke, mind you guys. That was a joke.
By the way, just want to remind you.
I have to explain. My friend Coyote Lovely uses an AR-15 as a walking stick, sir.
Yes, it is.
He's gonna keep it loaded, by the way.
I am not proficient in gun use. I have to walk with them.
Yes.
He doesn't keep.
What
He
does
doesn't
that
keep.
mean?
He doesn't keep it loaded, by the way. So you guys should be fine.
Yeah.
That was a joke. I just want to clarify again. That was a joke.
Yes.
A very bad and thoughtless joke.
Is there? Speaking of thoughtless, is there any meltdowns in the furry fandom that of note?
You're just like, get out a roll of nickels and throw it somewhere. You'll hit 50 furries having a meltdown.
Yeah, there's a few. Wasn't there that one bitch who got fired from NASA?
What for?
That was a while ago. That was a while ago, and she kind of brought that on herself. She told her literal future boss to suck her dick and ball.
I heard about
She don't
that.
got dick and balls though. That's the thing. Also, Nova said, yeah, he just said that.
No, Max, I do not own a gun. I don't own a gun. I cannot legally do.
Now I got a question. All right, this is to everyone in FNGR's chat real quick. All right, so here's a kicker here. Type 2 if you're not a furry raider. Type 1 if you are a furry raider.
I had to press 2 because I'm too lazy to sign in to YouTube.
Nice.
I want to see if there's any furry, mic check,
Dude.
Also, furries are fucking gay.
Yeah, you're right.
Was that what's
He's
up,
not
Jits?
wrong, actually.
You're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong.
But unless they own like monkey masks to hide their acne, right?
Anthony, please stop.
I'm just saying. It's pretty bad.
Come on, Nova. Are you gonna answer?
I mean,
no?
okay, what do you call a guy who sleeps with, dates a girl who is a furry pedophile, has a monkey mask?
A retard.
But aren't
I mean,
all...
you're not wrong.
Yeah, but I'm like, I haven't heard you disavow or disprove any of my allegations there.
Oh, I'm not. You're not wrong at all.
Okay,
The monkey is actually retarded.
If he wasn't a furry before Lou, I feel between him and sheep. I'm just saying, I'm noticing a pattern of behavior, and I'm not making fun of sheep.
Oh no, monkey! Like in one of the videos, he talked about.
Nova just said, "I don't know math. Numbers aren't real." Okay, so I'm gonna take that as a yes. You are a furry raider.
What's up? Finish. What are you saying?
In one of the videos, he with sheep only like 3 times, and they lived together for 2 years.
Oh, so only slept with her 3 times?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see why he told everybody that. Seems kind of like a dick move.
It was during one of his like Breaking Bad videos.
Yeah, I get that, but again, considering that she didn't do him dirty, I don't see why the fuck he would bring that up. Seems like kind of an asshole move.
Excuse me, you shouldn't rub his nipples.
I forgot about that. Jesus Christ. I have to ask, though, you think he would just get an escort? If he would have fulfilled all his Patreon issues, or, those $50 calls, he might have been able to afford one.
Ooh, I have something interesting. Nova said something in the chat. I don't know how to do math. No one's not denying they're a furry raider.
Yeah, we're not asking you to do any math. Just press a button, 1 or 2. I mean, that's not really mathematics. It's just like numbers in general.
Christ, it's worse than Mixer Mike when I had to sit there and say, look, if you can't say yes or no, put Y or an N. Can't do that, can you, Mike? Okay. Jesus.
Nova doesn't seem terribly bright. I'm starting to see why the furry raiders picked you up.
Oh, God. Patrick over here.
Boys, I'm gonna say it right now.
Yes.
I am a 25-year-old furry who goes to 5 furry conventions every year. My OC is called Candy Corn Canine.
So,
I go to
you know the thing is about candy corn? Nobody likes it.
Nobody. I don't even like candy corn. Hey, Nova, I'll have you know that me and Coyote in this very call, we are not bronies. Even What's Up Nerds here isn't even a brony. Isn't that right, What's Up Nerds?
FNGR, you just kind of got your whole point dismantled right there. They pointed out that you're a brony. I mean, you're canceled. You're done. You're
done, dude. You're done.
I was
You're a
about to
brony.
say.
It's been exposed.
Yeah, I was about to say, when have I ever hidden this too? I mean, I'd rather be called a brony than a furry, even though it's pretty obvious, considering the company I keep. And, yeah,
bronies are just a sub-fucking fandom of furries.
I think there was a time where
totally obvious fact.
only candy corn is good when it's infused with vodka. I mean, maybe.
I have to say, only and bronies, they're pretty fucking gay.
Sure.
They're both gay, yeah. What? I'm just spitting facts. Anyways,
Yeah.
Nova just said it's like sugar. I hate candy corn. It's sugar wax. Then why is your persona based off of it? Quote unquote.
Can we get Nova in here? I mean, this is a weird fucking abstract game of telephone we got going on here.
I mean, we could move to a different room.
You know
and just
what?
Talk to Nova that way.
I will make that right now.
All right,
Nova,
do
you want to hop in VC?
Hold it. We're not going to bring him in here. We can go to him though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
I'm down for that. I'm totally down to do that.
All right.
I'll be
Let's
happy.
see.
What's up, nerds? Do you want to join or not?
I mean, if I get a link, I'll be happy to join. I'll call him gay to his face.
Okay.
Come on, Nova. You want to build a snowman? Let's do this.
Here, 1 second. Just in case.
Nova, we'll be calling you on Discord.
Hold it. Just in case he decides to do a demon, I want to switch this over to YouTube for fucking visuals. I just want to make absolutely sure. There we go. Back to the infinity shot. Best keep that off of Twitter. Can trust it even. Oh, did everybody move over? Okay, I'm just talking to myself.
Who the fuck is this boomer?
Boomer.
Whoa.
That
was epic.
Does Crook want in?
Crook, do you want in? I'll wait for her to answer.
Sure, certainly. I was gonna end, but now they're up to 40 views. Fucking.
Maybe she's at her job. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's his phone. Is his old boy even in the call or what?
He is in the call.
It's showing that he's in the call. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
I suggest
Nova.
getting a headset.
Nova. Hey.
And
If you're feeling that, just put in earbuds and just use.
Yeah, there's some pretty good MSI fucking headsets. They're like $60.
Okay, there we go. I had to change the region.
Indeed, the Norwegian.
The region.
The dedicated wham.
Indeed.
Crook just said yes. Let's invite her.
Okay, cool. If old boy never talks, we'll just interview Crook the whole time.
Awesome.
Indeed.
Awesome.
Crook, you there?
I haven't. No,
She hasn't joined the call yet.
She's ringing. She's ringing. Give her a second. No, but we can't hear you, by the way. If your mic ain't working.
Yep.
There we go. Excuse my typing.
No, it's fine. Nobody was talking at the time.
I have that effect. Whenever I go anywhere, furries tend to show up there too. It's one of those sad
Them
realities.
goddamn furries! I swear, man.
We're an infestation. You bring one around, and suddenly you've got millions fucking farting out the place.
You're like termites. Hello, Crook.
Hello, Crook. You know what I've learned though? I want to appreciate this though, Coyote. When I tried to fucking fix things between you and Unfunniest, it's taught me one thing. Stay out of Augie and their way when they're arguing on Twitter. Just shut the fuck up and not touch that with a 10-foot pole. Jesus, it's a nightmare.
What fuckfest did I come into? What's going on?
So basically,
Crook.
Nova is a fully waiter. He's best friends with Louie the kitty.
He's also a furry raider.
Yeah, I said that.
And he's got the dedicated Wham on his iPod.
Yes.
He's
I got 2 whole sticks of 1 gig apiece.
Oh my god.
So hi, mom.
Oh god, cringy roleplay families.
Oh my god. Fuck
Did you say Kyle?
First of all.
But you said
I
Kyle?
didn't say that.
What? Did you just call me Kyle?
No, I said kiddo.
Oh,
Okay.
you said kiddo. Okay.
You freaked me the hell out right there. I was
You
like,
scared me.
just
What
no.
the hell?
Why did
No.
what did he misgender you or something, or she just what's
Yeah.
going on? Okay.
No, she called
For
me
context-
kiddo, and I thought she called me Kyle for a second.
Well, why is
Yeah,
Kyle
we've got-
triggering?
No, it's because it's my real life name, and so it's just like it's one of those things where it's like, if she had called Migs Kyle, it's one of those things like,
Oh god.
why did you think I would have said that?
Oh,
would have killed myself.
I mean, we could go back to
Myself
the
out.
recording to see if fucking I'm not gonna even try and Freud the hell out of that.
Oh god, Crook, we're gonna have a conversation later.
No, listen, I said kiddo, okay?
Sure.
I'm innocent.
Look.
You are not innocent.
I am 100%, and I'm sick, leave me alone.
Please.
Yeah, you're
don't
about
bully
as
her.
innocent as Brittany, bitch.
Don't
Oh my
bully her.
God.
She didn't do anything.
I'm sick, I feel so attacked right now.
Alright, I'm gonna give you a pass this one time because you're sick, okay? Just
I have
give
to,
you a pass.
I have to
real quick
protect
and
my
you're fine.
mom. Come on.
What the fuck? What did I come into? Why was I invited into this?
I don't know. I
Where's
just
the
assumed
furry
Nova
raider?
wasn't gonna talk, so then we would just talk to Crook the whole damn time.
Yeah, Nova, are you gonna talk or are you not gonna talk? Because we can't hear you. Either you're stuck connecting or you're just there, fucking just being silent.
Or
Yep.
maybe they're just using their profile picture to try to mad dog us this whole fucking time.
Yeah, maybe he's just trying to give us the, the stare, like, he's just like really oh.
What?
He
Actually, it
muted.
might be a Discord error. If Discord has you silent right now, but you can hear us,
Oh, no, he left.
Okay,
He bitched
he
out.
might be joining back.
He might be trying to reconnect.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Try again.
Oh.
We're in the call. You can pump in Candy Corn, K9.
Okay, well let's bonk him out and let's bonk him back in.
All right. I ain't bonking nobody, furry.
Is he really that stupid that he can't read?
Oh, you should have heard the stream from yesterday. It's about 18 minutes long of autism.
Oh, no.
Pure, uncut, premium grade
What's up?
A 2 carat, lean, tender choice autism.
Now, Candy Corn Canine, I'll have you know that if you ever mess with my daughter for the 5th time, I will actually hunt you down and hurt you. Okay?
Maybe your mother will die.
Maybe your mother will die of cancer.
Maybe she'll get cancer and she'll die.
Oh, I forgot all about fucking Lily Kitty's beautiful mom.
I'm Morton Goldman with a fucking smoking addiction for 30 years.
I think we've come to the end of it, guys. We're about an hour in.
I think we might have.
All right, calling time of death. I'd like to thank y'all for coming out. Godspeed.